Welcome to Her Opinion. And hey, today we flipped the script because last time I was on your podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
So we have an entrepreneur, TV reality star, podcaster, everything.
The list goes
Sunnie
on.
Ray.
List goes on. Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you.
There's so much
excited.
to talk about.
So much to talk about.
I know that there was just last time when I was on your podcast, it was nonstop. So I know it's going to be like that on
for
this
sure,
one. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about all the reality TV shows you've been on.
So I guess I would start from square one. I lied and said I was 18 so I could be a trampoline girl on the Man Show, and I started doing promotions for them. And that when I saw the cameras for the first time, I knew that I wanted...
How did you lie?
I said that I was 18 when I was 17.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't check your ID?
Well, it wasn't. They did. Now I had a different ID.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Makes
fine
sense
to get
now.
into clubs and stuff. I used to use my sister's ID and stuff.
Yes.
But I also did that to get a job at the mall when I was very young. And my parents didn't really care because I was just such a hard worker that I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so there was really nothing that was stopping me. But my first reality show that I did was Tattoo Nightmares Miami. I was a canvas on Spike TV, and it's crazy actually. I manifested meeting Clint Cummings. I was pregnant. I was in a horrible marriage, and I was watching I was watching Spike TV, Ink Masters, and I saw that Clint Cummings lived in Dallas, and I was like, I wonder, what it would be like to get tattooed by him. And I started, thinking about TV, and I actually made an appointment to get a tattoo cover up, and my tattoo artist friend, he was like, this is hilarious and you should try to be on Tattoo Nightmares. And at that time I thought it was the three other hosts. I had no idea that they were already filming Tattoo Nightmares Miami with Clint Cummings, and then I got paired with him by chance. And so that's when I realized manifesting is cool. Like you can really get what you want. I put it on a list. I had no idea that he was somehow like in my manifestation, but I did imagine getting a tattoo by him.
You're still younger.
I was very young at that time, but that was over 10 years ago. And then segued into doing a lot of court shows.
I know. I was looking at that. You were in divorce court.
Yeah.
Is that how you got divorced, or?
So that was a different one. I was not actually married to that guy, and that was more of that's when Judge Toller started doing couples, and you didn't really have to be married, and that was just, me just trying to continue my story. And so Tattoo Nightmares.
So did you go when you're on divorce court? Was it a real story, or was it like something they put together for you?
So I would say that there was a few things that were a little bit not so authentic to the actual story, but I will say that was more so on my end because of the guy that I was with. I was just kind of lying for him on the timeline of things because he didn't want his significant other to, find out or whatever. And that's with certain things. I will say there are certain networks that I worked with that were heavily, a lot, I guess people would say fake or scripted. On reality TV, I don't think anything is really scripted. I really don't think that anyone breaks that fourth wall rule and hands you a script and says, learn this, you need to do this. But I will tell you a show that did not air that I did for MTV, that the pilot got picked up. It's still airing right now. It's called Ghosted. I did the pilot for that, the original show that
where
made
somebody
that show.
gets ghosted.
Yeah, so that I did.
That's reality.
I
know. It's like,
I got my lawyer on standby right now. And a shout out to Erica Rose.
Sounds like one of my friends' reality life right now.
They had a script.
Yeah.
I found that script in my home. Like they had set it down, and they had a separate little room. They were like all the producers in a closet, like the microphones and all the stuff that you don't see that makes the TV a TV show. They had in the separate guest room or whatever. And I went in there when they were on break, and I found all their little things, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is how the show is going to go. And I will say I was mortified. I actually got in the biggest fight with production. I locked myself in a closet, and I was like, this is not what I'm about.
Was that on film?
No, none of this was on film. They didn't, that was not on film. And
that was reality. But
that was actually reality. And so I took a step back for a while, and I started to just do behind the camera stuff and produce my own things. I did music for a little bit. I was working with a lot of musicians and artists on how to grow their following, worked in a studio similar to this, did some background music for people, then jumped back into radio, back into comedy for 2 years, and then back into reality TV. But I will say that all of the stories that you see from me starting on Tattoo Nightmares, which is me getting divorced, my divorce story, then me dating another guy, then us breaking up, then me dating another guy, and then us breaking up, and then me dating another guy, and then us breaking up. The list goes on. It's about 7 that I've done with guys. That's my true life love story. That is what led me up to Scott. Like, you guys get to see all of my mistakes. You didn't see my worst mistakes. You didn't see the guy that stole my car. You didn't see meth head strip club guy. Those are all the guys in the book. John Doe dating disasters.
Yeah.
I have been through it. And yes, my life is on TV. And some of it, it's not as real as it is authentically to myself. I didn't edit and produce any of my stuff. I had to follow a 4th wall rule. With Smothered, that is 100% hands down to the T, my life. 100% my real job, 100% my real husband now, Sorry, I ruined the ending for you.
Well, no, but so Smothered is about kind of you, your mom working together. Yeah. And then, so how did that come about? Like, did you just, or it obviously wasn't in play at that time when you went on the show, or was it? Were y'all working together already?
And your mom agreeing to be on the show too.
My mom didn't want to do the show at first. She never wanted to do TV. That's part of the reason why you don't see her in my podcast at all. And you don't see her, doing reels with me and stuff like that. It's not that she doesn't want to do it. It's that I know that it's just something that is not really something that makes her happy. She just does it to make me happy. And also, she was in a car accident. My ex-business partners, they botched her face. And so she was really dealing with a lot. And so, to put her in front of the camera or whatever, this all happened after we were filming, but she didn't want to do it. And I begged her, and I told her, this is my dream, and she's like, this is a dream that you've had come true a million times. I said, Mom, I've won the lotto so many times. How many times have I won the scratch off? So many times. Not enough to make it big. Will I stop playing the lotto? No, ma'am. And so if you want to make me happy, this is all I want. I have everything I want.
She became a little bit viral.
Yeah.
Because of that show.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things that she probably didn't expect was going to happen.
She didn't. And she doesn't even she's not even on social media. And it's so funny when people recognize her, she tries to hide and they're like, are you Eva from Smothered? She's like, no. Like, Mom, they know it's you. Okay. Yeah. It's so funny. It's the cutest thing. But
and that's always everybody's question about reality TV. Whenever we're watching it, we're not there. So we always think, oh, they probably made that up, or that is scripted.
That's the thing that makes me more mad than anything, is when people see that part of my life and then they saw, Smothered, and I just knew that, I'm like, man, there's no way for me to explain this to people, but this is actually my real life. And I will say this, shout out to Paul, the casting producer, Paul Head. He's amazing. Working with them and allowing them to, be just a part of your life, and them just having to become instant family members to your life. It's crazy. I miss them so much. I miss, being mic'd up. If they called me, I would answer the phone. The world would stop. I would love to do Smothered again. Mm-hmm. But that was authentically so much
would
my
your mom
life.
Do it again?
Absolutely, she would. 100%.
So now she liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100% she would. She tasted the juice. Now, she didn't have to experience, some of the turmoil I did with some companies that, I had a 495 Productions. They freaking suck. They left me stranded at an airport. It was my first reality show. I had no idea what to do. I was stranded at the airport with no flight home, no money, no nothing. And I tried to call them and they just left me hanging. And I'm like, yeah, no, actually, that is your responsibility. That is not what I signed. I was just a young girl, stuck in, the airport.
And that's why I can't do 90 Day Fiance. I can't be stuck at no airport with no way back.
Some strange man, saw me and was like, and it was 4 a.m. and he was like, do you need help? And I was like, yes, I do. And I don't even remember what happened because I was probably drunk at the time or hungover when I got on my plane because I was, partying or whatever. But, I ended up getting on a plane and getting back home, and that 100% is production's responsibility. When you take someone's phone away and they have no idea how to get through. They don't even know where you are because they don't tell you. You know, a lot of times all of your stuff is, do you have your phone, laptop?
You got to kind of go with the flow.
The trick is, if you ever do reality TV, okay, sorry for breaking the fourth wall rule and all this other stuff, but be ready to turn all your stuff in. Have a secret phone or something. Like, get yourself a beeper or something, because they're going to ask you do you have your phone, keys, all these things, you know, and you're going to say, yes, okay, let me hold them for you. And then they don't give them back to you. I don't know about any of these new shows, but I mean, if you're going to do The Circle or anything like that, you have to be ready to do that stuff.
Now, they portrayed you in a certain way. And I know that talking to you and getting to know you, especially when I went on your podcast, you are not what it seems that maybe people think you are, especially on sMothered. You know, I mean, completely different. You look different. You look great.
Thank you.
You look happy.
Thank you.
You know, that's one of the things that I saw about you, and just having what radiates out of you, it's positivity, and it's great. As opposed to what people probably think.
Well, your past is not who you are.
Exactly, which is great.
I don't know what I'm perceived as. I assume that people perceive me as this, you know, dumb girl with big lips and tattoos, or this just like sad, emotional train wreck of a human being. And, you know, all of those things check on the box. But there's so much more to that than, you know, what meets the eye. And it's, if people find it boring. So I don't post that. I don't talk about it. And if you want to know, then you want to know.
Everybody wants to know the drama.
Yeah, everybody wants to know the drama. So that's what they get to see.
Those are the people following you that you now have to 100% get to love who you are now. And then like who you are now, if you could tell the world, who is that person now?
I am the person that I always should have been. And I will say this, that I was very, very successful in things that I shouldn't have had success in, like with, you know, me finding success in being a reseller, now trying to open up my storefront and have, you know, a nonprofit coming in, and also being a day trader and an entrepreneur that genuinely just helps a lot of people for $0. I feel like, one, I don't really even know like who I am just yet, because God has just given me my wings. And I couldn't have my wings before because I would have been flying drunk. And so I was able to reach my goals. And nobody talks about the part of sobriety that when you're very successful.
And I give you props for that.
It's like, you're good and everyone sees you all the time like you're doing so well, but like nobody talks about that. When you don't need help, when you're not homeless, when you're not in a ditch, when you're not overdosing, when you're not like, just when you have money, like, and you're successful and like you get everything you want, the guy, your dream guy, like the relationship with your mother, like the show that you wanted, and it sucks. Like,
if you're not happy with yourself.
And I feel like now, because I needed to hit that year mark, like, I know now this is who I am, and I'm just getting to know myself. And, you know, for people that are watching, join the ride. Thank you for watching. Like, I appreciate you, like, watching me with, you know, my worst times, the worst guys, to, you know, the best times, and, you know, my dream guy. But, you know, who I am now is someone that realized that I have a following, a strong following. A lot of people watch me. Some of them might not want to watch me, but they keep coming back to my pages and keep seeing. And I really want to be that person that does something with that.
Because you're going to reach somebody. There's somebody out there who probably needs that journey or needs to see that, like, they can do it too. But there's always people that are going to watch and hope that you go back.
And those haters,
they're just waiting. They're just waiting.
Those are, you know, when people say, I just want to touch one life or blah, blah, blah. That's great. Really awesome. I don't want to. I want to touch millions. If I can make 14 million people laugh with a fish stick reel, or me farting in my bed, like on my husband, to make people laugh, 11 million people, I can do something. There's 1 million people that maybe I can change. That is not a big number to me anymore. 1 million is not. 1 million viewers is not a big number to me. Say what you want to say, but when I've seen 38 million, I got to do something with that. I live in Houston. Our city needs help. We need it. You
need some talent to be shown.
And so that's who I am now. That's what I'm it's not what I'm trying to be. It's who I am.
Well, it's amazing when you are in sobriety because the clarity comes and then you realize, damn, I've had a passion all along.
Right.
I just couldn't see it.
Right.
And then you start to see that there's so much that you could be doing.
Probably you couldn't have been, you're not where you're at now if it wouldn't have been for that.
Yeah.
And how you appreciate it more and how you hold on to it more, because before you probably didn't.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine actually, and she like wanted to watch. She's like, we should watch our shows, and like she's done a lot of TV too. And I was like, I cannot.
Yeah.
Because I've watched them so much, and I was like, I cannot. I don't want to go back. Like it's like going back to your old trophies.
Yeah.
To a game that you never play, we will never play again. Yeah. Like it's like same with my husband now. He played for the Mets. He doesn't like watching that stuff because it's like that doesn't mean anything to who I am now. Yeah, I'm not that person anymore. That's an old book. That's an old house. Do you go to your old house and go to your old room? No.
Well, it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't. Some people live in the past.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for everybody. Yeah. And sometimes the past is not your friend. And I think that's a place that you have. Sometimes it takes you digging yourself out of that to realize that like I can't move forward as long as I'm here.
Yeah.
And so I totally get that. I think that's huge for people. I mean, that's a message. That's an impactful message that you should be sharing, because there are people that don't realize that.
Yeah.
And they can't understand why they can't get out of their rut.
It's the thing in life that something that we're searching for, but you're not knowing what you're searching for. And I feel like it hit me and I knew I would find it this year. Call me crazy, but like I feel like I'm like psychic, and I just I hear things, and it could be God, it could be my grandmother, it could be ancestor angels, it could be the universe, call it what you want. It could be Mother Teresa coming down, whatever you pray to. It's just whatever you're searching for, I found it, and I was like, okay, this is it. And now, because what I'm searching for, it doesn't exist, I have to build it.
Yeah.
And
now you're
that's
focused.
What it is. That's my purpose.
You're focused, and you're an entrepreneur now. I know that in the show we introduced your relationship with your mom.
Yeah.
And y'all are very close, and you started a business together.
Okay, so fun fact about that comment about me and my mom being business owners together. So that is actually something that I'm really glad that you brought up, because it is not true. So the first interview that we did straight out the gate, I guess this lady misunderstood me whenever I had mentioned that I have a business. My mom was an esthetician. She had her own business years ago. That had ended when my parents got divorced. And then I followed in her footsteps, opened up Slim and Toned, and then Sculpt, or whatever you saw on TV was Sculpt. And yeah, so this crazed lady that saw this show ended up coming in as a client. Long story short, she ended up suing my mom because she thought my mom was part owner of my business. Twice, not once, but twice. Wow. Shout out again to my attorney, Erica Rose and Chuck. Thank you for handling that.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy. You can sue anybody for anything, which is really awesome, because y'all have it down. You have the signing thing. You're
like the second person that told us.
Okay.
Second season, because you learn as you go.
Yeah.
You learn as you go, because we fall into different situations. First of all, that we have your permission to put you on camera.
Yeah.
Number two is that you show up.
Oh, right, exactly.
Because we have time that we take out. We're both moms. We're both, business owners.
So
we
protect
take out the
your
time.
ass.
Yes, exactly. Time is money.
Yeah.
This stuff costs money. Like
your
this didn't come out of the sky. Yeah.
So back to 2 lawsuits.
Yeah. So that happened, and then
and it all got settled.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we won.
Your poor mom.
We won.
Your poor mom. Your mom's just like, and this is what gets me.
How did I get here?
Yes. All I wanted to be on reality TV, and now look at this.
Just existing, and it sucks because I should be working on my mom so much more. She's like, I never even go to your office ever. The one time I met that one lady.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's where it came about, a little bit about the podcast. It's called Ask Your Mother.
Ask Your Mother, because I'm so attached to my mom, and everything I do in life, I always have to ask my mother. And so I just always wanted people to, I wonder what they would ask their mother, and what they would ask my mother. And so, yeah.
Which my question was, would she spill the drink on your who now husband, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Again,
she'll still do it again.
Yeah, she'll hit him with the chocolate.
But they get along. They get along now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so they love each other now.
And he'll still take out her trash. Literally, he will. So.
I think that's a good mom, though.
Yes.
If she's not a meddler, then is she really a good mom?
Right.
I mean, like, seriously.
And they tell you the truth. I mean, if you have a mom that tells you how
that
it is.
That is a mom that's momming out of straight passion and love for her kid. Okay, and I'll take that any day.
I always have that.
It's the you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
Yeah,
she's the one that says, "Hey, that's poniéndote gordita."
Yeah. They'll let you know real quick. Well, listen, I love that you came on here and you really shared from your heart and soul. That is, I mean, we love to hear that on this show, and we're not just about, laughing and having a good time. Some things are very serious, and we want to make sure that you get that across to our viewers and people watching to know that, like, you not always are your past, know, and moving forward, you have a whole new beginning ahead of you, great things to come, and we really can't wait to see that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But Jen has something that she wants to do. You had something you were gonna, what was it? Thought you said you had a game to play or something. No? Did I miss?
No, it's for the next one.
Okay, well, never mind.
Sorry.
But anyways, back to Jen's question. I don't know what it was.
Is it striptease?
No.
I'll stick around for that.
I heard you say something when we were pausing. My bad.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Probably. Sorry about that.
Anyways, go back to what you were saying about your question.
So, coming from, because I knew that you were a stand-up comic, and coming from that reality TV and now an entrepreneur, what are you doing now? What are you working on as an entrepreneur?
So I actually got into day trading. I'm doing that. That's not really anything that I can really teach, but that's just another thing that why I think my podcast accidentally did well is because the first episode was a day trading podcast, and I was like, wow, so many people are interested in this.
Does do good, yeah.
I cannot teach that, nor do I don't recommend that to anyone.
Is it instinct?
It's do not do that if you don't have money. Like that is something that comes farther along now. Sculpt Beauty Bar is doing amazing, thriving. We've opened
What do you do there?
So it's a weight loss clinic. We do body sculpting as well. We have laser hair removal. I do not do injections. We do refer all of our injection clients to Sal Muniz, which is my referred guy or whatever. He does my face, and him and I used to work together at a plastic surgeon's office years ago. He moved to Miami and he's finally back, and so I highly recommend going to him for that. So basically just a med spa without the med spa stuff, but all the weight loss shots, a weight loss program, B12, any type of body contouring, skin tightening. You can watch my highlights on my Sunnie Ray page. My books are closed because I am the sculptor that's known to make it look like you had plastic surgery without going under the knife. And so if you're trying to get on my books,
then you got a book now.
Yeah, I do have a book, the John Doe Dating Disasters, Chronicles of John Doe Dating Disasters with my best friend Veronica Gomez.
Yeah.
It's all of our dating disasters. And then
starting from everything that we saw on reality TV to the ones you don't
hear. Like all the ones that you didn't see.
So all the followers that are going back and trying to see all of the drama, they could just read the book.
It's all true. You can read the book and there's so much more.
And now you're trying to get into thrifting?
So I'm trying to bring my passion for being a reseller to a storefront, and I think we have that locked in, like you're helping me look at spaces. So we're trying to do that. There's a lot more bigger things that I don't want to say just yet, but just stay tuned. Do not go give anything to Goodwill or Salvation Army. We can come pick it up for you. We can do a trade. We have Skinny Mini Meals also that's partnered. I brought you guys some food. You guys can try that.
Yeah,
they provide the macros and whatever you need. So that's
you're doing. You're got your hand in everything, and a lot going on, but yet. You're focused.
Yet I still have time to watch TV, right? Like that's crazy, right? I still have time to hang out with you.
You do?
Yeah. Would you be on another reality TV show?
100% yes.
Yes.
Just depends on what it was.
I was going to say, are you going to be more intentional now about what you go on?
100%
what you would take?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to ask.
I think you should write a book now about the sobriety and the whole journey.
So that is actually something that I've been working on since before I got sober. And so I told myself I would have to be a year sober to actually to do that. And so that is something that I'm working on. But I do have a second my first solo book coming out, which is about entrepreneurship and basically how to be a CEO from your phone, how to go viral, how to get monetized from scratch, from anything. Just basically how to do what I do, because I've done everything from my phone and just a prayer and Google and support from a few people.
Positive people. Well, we're excited. We can't wait to see it, so that next time you're here, you're going to be probably in a whole nother arena, something else.
Two more businesses.
Two more businesses. I know, out of everything. But, any kind of like last words that you want to say?
I would say that
not that you're dying or anything, just like
I know, right? Knock on wood.
No, don't say that.
No, we all are. We all are.
We
don't know. YOLO.
Yeah.
Just in case, I would say, it's everything in life can be edited. So if you're scared about putting something out there, just do it. And if you feel like you made a mistake, you can always apologize later. And asking for forgiveness is a lot easier than trying to explain yourself. And just hit send. You never know what opportunities will come across, but living in fear and never making that step is your biggest enemy. That is what's going to stop you in life. So
amen to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Love
and
you.
Until next time.
Yes. Bye guys.
Bye.